Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Midnight Heist. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about $10, and I stress Early Access, that means everything that you're about to see is subject to change. So this is a spooky heist game where you can either go solo or team up with up to 3 other people. You choose a map, you go in there, and you're trying to hack so much data and get out safely. Now, depending on your chosen difficulty, there is like a hidden timer in the background, and that's kind of tied to sanity. And a creature will spawn over time, like intermittently, and try and kill you. So you're trying to hack this data, steal stuff, and get out safely. Now, in between, you'll be able to take on various quests and level up your profile that way. You're going to be earning money, and you can spend that on various items. There's even a black market where, as you find rare items in the environment, you can kind of play the stock market and sell things when they're really high. There's aesthetic stuff, so you can buy masks and phone cases and like outfits and different things like that, but there's actual functional things that you can buy as well. There's modules, for example. You can have up to 3 modules equipped, one of each kind. There's also perks in this game, but it's super rudimentary right now. There's 3 like different trees, but unfortunately it's really light on content right now. There's like only, I want to say, 10 perks, if that. So it's not all of that. Like, it's not all that fleshed out yet. So if you're looking for like a super in-depth tree, like a skill tree, perk tree, you're not going to find that here yet. But again, I have to stress early access. And supposedly coming soon on the same menu area, equipment upgrades. So you'll be able to eventually buy upgrades for the equipment that you have. I don't know how that's going to play out. It just says items, upgrades, unlock coming soon. So that's interesting. The lobby is the lobby. It's kind of similar like Phasmophobia in that you can kind of wander around and play with stuff, but ultimately you're going to join a lobby and or create one, either go solo or bring your friends with you into the location, and off you go. Once you're actually at the location, there's typically like a main door that you're going to break into, and then you enter the location there. And I will say that the location is incredibly dark. I don't like how dark it is. You can turn lights on, yes. And like in Phasmophobia and other games like this, the more lights you turn on, the more you risk overloading the breaker. I like, though, in the upper left, it actually tells you how close you are to overloading the breaker, so that's interesting. One of the biggest things that Idly likes about this game is that whenever you hack a computer to steal its data, and they're scattered all over the place, and it's random, too, to some degree. Like, sometimes a computer will be there, sometimes it won't. But there's mini games. So, like, whenever you hack it, you complete the minigame, and then when you're successful, the screen will say hacked on it, and that's more data you've then hacked. And if you get so much data hacked, you can leave the location successfully. You can still leave early if you want to, but you get a penalty for doing so, and you don't get everything that you would normally get from that. So you lose money and the like. But yeah, the minigames are fairly easy. Like, at first, I was kind of confused by a couple of them, but, like, once you see them like twice, 3 times, you're like, oh yeah, I know what to do. But still, some of them require, like, this one is a math one, and you know, this one, find the rare one. Like, there's like 100 of the same shape, but one of them is not. So you got to find that one, you know, little things like that. And some of them are annoying in the sense that I have tendonitis in my wrist, so trying to like fine tune me dragging a slider or something can be a little difficult. But the mini games aren't that bad. Some of them are super easy to do. Other ones are a bit more time consuming. The one I hate is the Simon Says one, where it just takes so long for the computer to do the Simon Says thing. But other than that, like, we really enjoy this game. And there's always that threat where the entity will spawn. And the lower your sanity by being in the building, sanity will drop over time. Looking at the creature is even worse. Looking at the creature through your tab, it doesn't lower sanity, but still. But yeah, over time, this entity will spawn, and there's a couple of them. There's like, I think, 5 different ones, and they do different things. Like, one is really loud. It stomps all over the place. One can, like, hear very well. One can see very well. One can detect hacking, and one's invisible. One complaint I do have, though, is that I have to have my audio on low because of my tinnitus in my ears, the ringing. So I can't hear the boom that takes place whenever the creature spawns. I wish there was some kind of visual cue throughout the building, like the front doors electrify whenever it's hunting, but you're not always by the front door to see that. So I would love to see like light fixtures also electrocute, so you can kind of get a heads up on, oh, it's hunting now, kind of thing. Because sometimes you don't know until it's right on top of you. But yeah, I love that you can hack cameras inside the buildings as well, and then you can look through the tablet and see where the creature might be, and you can even see your friends running around and doing their own thing too. But ultimately, like I said, you're trying to hack so many computers, complete the mini games, and at the same time loot everything. There's papers, there's electronics, there's rare items. You're trying to loot all of that as well, and then get out alive. And all in all, it's pretty addicting. There's one small map and like several medium and large ones, I think a total of 5. I want to see more small maps just because I prefer to play solo or with idly only, but again, it supports up to 4 players, so there's that. There's also a hidden safe that you'll find sometimes in the map. There's a code somewhere. You have to use your UV light to find the code on the sticky note, and then you find the safe somewhere, and it's randomized, and you get a bunch of money from that too. So a lot of little things that you can do in this game keep me coming back to it. And again, you're earning money and you're earning progress, and you can print out new modules to equip at home base, that kind of thing. I do recommend this game at the very cheap price point of $10. I think it's totally worth it, especially if you've got a couple of friends to play with. So check out Midnight Heist. I really look forward to seeing what the developer adds to this game as it just got into early access. Well, this is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.